This is a special presentation. Welcome to the Inside Track, presented by Red Shores. Here is your host, Lee Drake.
All right, well, thanks very much. A special edition of Inside Track here tonight at Red Shores. And Dave Holland is our special guest tonight. He celebrated 50 years in radio. Dave, welcome to Red Shores.
Well, it's good to be back here once again.
Yeah, you've been here a lot of the years. I've had the absolute pleasure of working alongside you for many years as well. And tonight we wanted to do something special for you here at the track. Yesterday was a big day for you, as many took an opportunity to recognize you for that incredible achievement. And take us back when it all started for you, a city boy from Toronto.
Yeah, I went to broadcast school in downtown Toronto, and in the summer of 1969, I graduated, had my choice of going to either Estevan, Saskatchewan, or Newcastle, New Brunswick, which is now Miramichi, New Brunswick. And my grandmother, because we had some relatives who lived in Halifax, I guess I had a great aunt or something like that, she said, go to the Maritimes. You'll love it down there. Well, I came down, went to Newcastle for my first year, and then that was at CKMR Radio over a gas station, believe it or not, a FINA gas station. And then I moved up to Campbellton, New Brunswick, CKNB, and I met a fellow by the name of David Target. Now, at that time, Eastern Broadcasting had a number of stations in the Maritimes, and Jack Schoen was the owner. And David knew that I was heading down toward Charlottetown. I was talking about it and finally did make the move. But he had always come to Old Home Week during the summertime and just loved the races. And he said, you have to go down there. If not for hockey and the beaches and the golf and everything, come down for the harness racing. Well, I had already seen harness racing in Toronto at Greenwood as a kid. I used to go down there. Couldn't bet, was too young. And saw the thoroughbreds at Woodbine. But I always liked the harness racing a lot better than the thoroughbreds. So it was a nice fit. When I got here, met Ed Waters, who was the track announcer, and we took it from there.
Yeah, you know what? You've covered so many great sports over the years, especially here in the island, and of course that included harness racing. But what are a few of your favorites?
In harness racing, I think I have to go back. The first race I won on was Prince Abbott in the 1972 Gold Cup and Saucer, and Wayne Webby was the driver there. And then that followed by Ventall Rainbow 75, and then 1977, and of course the great Mike McDonald. I think that was his first two wins of the five in the Gold Cup. So those were two great memories. Rev Your Engine and Angel Shadow in 1986. What a great race that was.
It was.
That was probably the best race. There's been others, of course, but that's the best one that I ever saw here at the track. Saul's Pride going for the 2-minute mile. That was a big thing back in the 1980s, and he finally did it in 1981 with Joey Smallwood behind. And I guess he came second to Henry Butler that year in the Gold Cup.
You mentioned some of those great moments. I mean, I know the stretch drive in '86, Rev Your Engine and Angel Shadow, probably goes down to one of the best stretch drives. But I know yesterday during the broadcast, many people called in of different sports, including in Summerside, which this is going to air in Summerside. The actual date for your anniversary is Sunday.
Yep.
And, Doug McLean called in, Turk Lant. You've covered them over the years, worked with them over the years?
Yes. Great. Summerside's had such a great sports history, not just in hockey, but in harness racing. I've been to a number of Governor's Plates, and that's always been super. I always like going up to the Summerside Raceway.
Now, I like to say you had a number of front row seats in many of the happenings. What are some of your favorite people to interview? I would say that Forby would probably have to come to mind.
Forby Kennedy. Well, he was the head coach of Summerside and, of course, Charlottetown's junior hockey teams for many years, so we had to talk to him on the beat after each game. But he was certainly great. Doug McLean, of course, he became one of the first coaches from the island in the National Hockey League. Gerard Gillette, always a great guy, from being a player right up to his days now as head coach of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And there's so many others, too, I can think of. Met Gordie Howe a couple of times, got to interview him. Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr. I don't want to drop too many names, but around here, too, there's some fine people. James Roach McGregor, the late Roach McGregor, he was always a great guy. I learned a lot from Roach about harness racing back in those days, in the 70s and the 1980s. Mike McDonald was a tremendous interview, although a very quiet and humble guy. He was, when he won those Gold Cup and Saucers, he opened up a little bit more to the media.
We have some pictures here. Matt's going to roll a couple of pictures up here that you sent in. You have quite a collection of pictures over the years. That's one thing about Dave Holland. Dave Holland does keep a lot of memorabilia. Can you explain to us, is this the 87 media race?
That's the fun pace put on by CFCY back then. I think it was for the United Way. And here I am finishing in last.
Yeah. we might have a bit of a video clip for that, too. We have some other photos. But you remember those days. They were so much fun.
Yeah, we had 4 drivers from the radio station. There I am right there. This is afterwards doing interviews, I guess, during
Gold Cup week.
Gold Cup night. But we had the fun paces. I was first in my very first race. Barry Rogerson beat me at the 3-quarter mark. He picked up and made the turn and beat me. So I finished second, third in 85, and then last. In 1987.
I remember those races. I competed in a couple of them as well, and they were a lot of fun. There's a picture of you with the driver charity. It just goes to prove just how many years you've been through this driver charity with Corey McPherson and Heidi Duchesne here at Red Shores.
That would be with the Hall of Fame we had.
That's right. Raising money for that.
Yep.
For sure. You know, we have a video of the race. There's a shot from yesterday in the studio. How special was that, Dave, to see everybody come back?
That was just amazing, you know. Just great to see the old gang back once again together.
Mm-hmm. There's a shot of all of us there that attended yesterday. You and Jomo, John Morrison, used to work a lot together in the newsroom, along with Ann McRae. Some great stories there over the years. But I think they had some really nice touches. I know Ocean 100, and many of them going to be here tonight. I was checking the time, 16 minutes to go. Your race is coming up on race number 4 tonight. But we have a video of the race in 87. I believe Matt's going to play it here. Now, the quality isn't that great, but we're going to talk a little bit about it on that day because I believe it was Gary that was calling the race, and you were in it. The late Mike Brooks was in that race as well. So we're going to roll a little bit of it.
J.P. Goody, I think he was in that one too.
I think was the eventual winner of it as well. So anyway, who do you have with you tonight too?
I have my wife Nancy. She's here at the top of the park, and my daughter Jennifer and her husband Tommy from Morel.
Okay, so it's great to have you here. I know you're going to be trackside. Peter and I are going to pull you across when race number 4 comes up tonight. But all in all, Dave, it's been incredible. 50 years in radio. I know all of us here at Red Shores and the harness racing community wanted to say thank you very much and enjoy your night tonight.
Where did the time go?
Well, that's just it.
Where did the time go?
And you have lots of time left. And by the way, yesterday I know there was a dedication to your very own newsroom.
Yes, it's now the Dave Holland newsroom. It's my newsroom.
That's your newsroom.
I mean, it's mine. I'm the boss now. Actually, Scott Chapman is still news director, but that was very nice, too. All
right. Well, it's great to have you here tonight. Dave Holland, 50 years in radio. His race is coming up on race number 4. And, of course, we'll be broadcasting this at Summerside as well. As we said, the actual date is coming up on September 30th. So great to have everyone, or September 29th. Great to have it all here tonight.
Funny,
and enjoy the rest of the night.
I remember the date. Yeah.
You don't forget very much.
No, I remember the paycheck, too. It wasn't that great.
That's changed a lot, too. All right. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's definitely Dave Holland not in the race. It is number 2, Mystery Aldo, Hillary Joseph. It's going to be a battle, I think, between him and J.P. Goody. J.P. is in the 2 spots, really taking advantage of the track is Mike Brooks with Shannon Jester way on the outside, and galloping in the solid 4th is R. McJeff and Dave Holland. It looks like a fast race, and definitely in the lead. It is Hillary Joseph with Mystery Moldau, number 2, J.P. Goody with Columbia Chips, number 3, still giving it a good shot, is Mike Brooks. I don't know who's number 3 right now, but we'll find out when we get around the first half. Could a horse race in the first quarter is coming up pretty soon. 31-1. 31-1. And they're coming around the 3/8 or so, and it's still Hillary Joseph, Mystery Moldau by the length of J.P. Goody's nose. Then it's J.P. Columbia Chips on the outside. Mike Brooks with Shannon Gesture and Dave Holland trying to imitate Alex Bass and Ruth Van Brent. At the half, it's Hillary Joseph with J.P. snorting down his back. And number 3, it's Mike Brooks in his first race ever. And coming around number 4 is Dave Holland. Dave just doing a great job. And here we go. We've got a half of 103. 103, and look at JP making the move on Hillary Joseph. It's going to be a horse race, and we didn't expect it, really, as part of the Dr. Ballard Invitational Pace. And JP has surpassed Hillary Joseph. It is Columbia Chips ahead of Mystery Moldau. Mike Brooks a solid 3rd, and Dave Holland with Well, Armic Jeff is the horse's name. He's number 4. Coming around the 3 quarters, and it looks like JP Goody, all 98 pounds, should win this. It's Columbia Chips and JP number 1. Number 2, trying valiantly, Hillary Joseph, Mystery Maldo. A solid number 3, Mike Brooks with Shannon Gesture, and then, who cares? 135 and 1 at the 3 quarters. Here they come down to the wire, and it's going to be about as exciting as the last race. JP Goody with Columbia Chips should have this one in the bag. Number 2, Hillary Joseph, Mystery Maldo. And JP wins. Hillary Joseph, number 2. Mike Brooks in total control with number 3 horse, Shannon Gesture, and a nice round of applause. He's such a sportsman, the sports director of CFCY. He's so good in every sport, as you can tell with this one here. Here he comes. Look at the emotion. Let's see if we can get him to wave as he comes by. Dave Holland and Armic Jeff. Dave, wave to the crowd. Dave, look at the crowd. Dave, will you do anything? Dave will be reporting to the washroom immediately, and the time in this race is 2:06. So the overall winner of the CFCY United Way Fun Pace is JP Goody for the 2nd year out of 4 with Columbia Chips owned by...
This has been a special presentation. The Inside Track was presented by Red Shores.